Infantry. PFC, 1942. 2 years, 6 months, and 12 days.
What was your first thought when you got called to the war?
When if I was going to get back home again.
Did you enlist?
I really did, but I had to wait for the draft to get me. The draft took me.
What age were you when you left for the war?
20, I think.
What was it like leaving your family to go to the war?
It wasn't very good. No, I wasn't married then. Yeah, I had lots and lots of friends. So we were just like a family in our organization, just as close as a family. All young men, but we were very, very close. It was a pretty big deal, tell you. So everybody knew that everybody could have to give or take some, and even like I was born and raised in Ella Vista, or close to Ella Vista, and everybody knew that there was going to be a long and hard battle, and so they didn't actually hurt too bad when people left, because they knew it had to be done. I had 3 brothers, all served. All 4 of us served. Infantry training in Claiborne, Louisiana, shooting a rifle, and I could do that before I went. About 200 riflemen to a company, what they call a company, and there's 4 companies make a battalion, and 3 battalions make a regiment, and so many regiments make a division.
Where were you stationed after that?
Yeah, Camp House, Texas, for about a couple of months or so, and then I went overseas. Just sailed out of New York City in the biggest convoy that ever sailed out of America. I was in that convoy. The only bad part of it was going over as most of us got sick, got seasick. I volunteered out of the 103rd Division to go to make the invasion in France. Oh, I don't know really. Somebody had to do it, and there was a when I went over from I went to England. I landed in Belfast, Scotland, and then I went down to England, and then from England I went over to and made the invasion. The invasion was the 6th of June, and I went in the 10th. So I did not go in D-Day. When I was in England, we just camped on top of a hill in tents, and then we went over to France.
Were the people nice to you?
Yes, very nice. I really don't know outside of that people held things pretty high that we would possibly win the war. Well, I didn't understand them in France because they spoke French, and we didn't speak French. But we did have a little book. The Army gave us a little book of say I want to talk to you in French. It was wrote in American and also in French, and I could talk to you in French with this book. Understand what I'm talking about?
What was your main mission that you had to do during the war?
Try to stay alive. Or the other mission was try to kill people. An average day was waking up in the morning, if you're still alive yet, and daylight came about 4 o'clock, and we went into combat right after daylight, and we fought till dark, and after dark we went on patrols. We carried up ammo and food, and the first 28 days I was in combat. I never slept over 4 hours any one night. Mostly 1 or 2 hours. We was either shooting or we was going on patrols at night, and it wasn't very pleasant. You never walked very far because we was in the hedgerows, and if we could make a couple of 100 yards at one time in the hedgerows, we was doing pretty good, and it was just slaughter.
Where did you sleep?
In a foxhole.
What was that like?
As long as that artillery shell, that mortar shell didn't hit your foxhole, it was wonderful. You understand? Okay. I never eat a hot meal for 28 days when I was in Normandy. I never slept over 2 or 3 hours one night. I never took a shower. I never received any mail, and I took my shoes off 4 times in 28 days.
What was the food like?
Well, it was just KRC rations, always cold, but we did have a little heating gauge. We'd take a canteen or an empty can, and we'd put it with dirt in it, and we'd put a little gas in that, and then we had a little fire going to get our food hot. For the first 28 days I was in there, there's never a day gone by that it wasn't shooting. Never a day.
During the war, what was the hardest thing that you had to do?
Try to shoot a man. I'll tell you, one time we were in Normandy. We were on one hedgerow, the Germans on the other hedgerow. A tank pulled up to the hedgerow. An enemy tank pulled up the hedgerow. The hatch opened. The German stood up, stretched, took his cap off, and brushed his long blonde hair back. It was an easy shot for an expert rifleman, but I couldn't do it.
What did you do when you weren't fighting?
Trying to sleep a little bit, trying to sleep an hour or two. No, I never got any mail. I never got. I got wounded on Hill 122. I went back to England, and then about the 1st of September, sometime in September, I went back to France again, and I was at the front then, and my mail caught up to me. I hadn't received no mail for about 6 months. My mail caught up to me, and I had about probably 50 letters at one time.
What did you miss the most while you were over?
Home.
Anything specific?
No, just home and friends, and probably missed the most. When I sailed out of New York City, the Statue of Liberty is over there on this side, and I looked at her and I said, "What old girl? I wonder if I'll ever see you again." When I come back, she was waving at me. I have 7 bullet holes in me. I have 2 Purple Hearts. I have 2 Bronze Stars. I have 2 Presidential Citations. I got the Normandy Invasion Victory Medal, European Theater Operations 3 Battle Stars, the Battle of Normandy, France, Germany, the Good Conduct Medal, Liberation of France, and a few more. The Bronze Star is Heroism Under Fire. Heroism Under Fire.
He didn't get those till just a few years ago, the 2 Bronze Stars. They weren't with the rest of his medals, and he wrote into Washington for any that he had coming, and they sent them to him.
Well, when the war was over from Germany, then I was out on our farm there by Ella Vista then, then of course you couldn't hardly believe that what you saw on the news and on the radio and the television stuff of people celebrating. It was a wonderful feeling. And then of course the war in Japan didn't get over then till about 5 or 6 months later after that, something like that. Well, I'll just tell you a little bit about when they dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and there was a lot of debate whether we should have did that or not. But I found out afterwards that Japan had millions and millions of little boys and girls and women that if we attacked Japan, they was going to put them up to the front, armed with spears, and we had to kill all them people before we could get at the enemy. And that was a real good thing that we dropped the atomic bomb, because we didn't have to do that. They had it listed that we would lose millions of men, and we had to kill millions of innocent kids and women before we could get at the enemy. I've got books to show you at home there where these Japanese soldiers, like when we took Iwo, they made a pledge. The Japanese made a pledge that they would kill one more American Marine before they died themselves, and that's how they lived, and that's how they died. We'd have on Iwo there, we would have this bunker surrounded, and the enemy would not surrender. You know how they got them out? With flamethrowers. With flamethrowers. That's how they got them. Put flamethrowers on them and killed them and brought them out. Well, I wasn't greeted as a hero because nobody knew it, of what I did or what I didn't do.
He was in, like a hospital, recovering, for quite a while. He didn't come right straight home. He was indifferent before, so it wasn't like today I'm in the war and tomorrow I'm home. I mean, it must have been a couple months.
Yeah, longer than that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that makes a little bit different answer.
You think it was the right thing to drop the atomic bomb?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, all right.
If you want to know if dropping of the bomb was justified, ask the men that were at the front, not the boys in the rear echelon.
What was your life like when you got home from the war?
It wasn't as bad as what most people went through. You see in the paper today where these young men are coming home from Iraq, committing suicide, and they're off bad. I wasn't so bad off, to tell you the truth about it. But after I wrote that war story, that's put in the morning paper, and then people come to me and talked about it, it was a lot better.
Was it a life-changing experience? How and why, if it was?
Well, I was a farmer before I went to war, and as a farmer after I come back. So actually, it didn't change my life much, to tell you the truth of it.
Did you keep in contact from anyone in your company after the war or leaving the service?
Yes. I went to, we went to probably as many as 8 or 10 reunions that we was in combat with. And then I also got hooked up with a man that I trained with in the 103rd Division. He lives in Missouri right now.
What is your most desired food when you got home?
I don't know really. I'm just a good eater.
Did you stay in the military after the war?
No. Couldn't get out quick enough.
What good memories do you have from your time in the service?
My best memory I got is coming back from the war. When we were in Normandy, I'll tell you a little story. When we were in Normandy, the fighting was very, very, very severe. Bloody, death, all over the place. There's a runner came up to my foxhole, and he said there'll be a Lutheran Communion Church service right down this road this afternoon about 2 o'clock. And he said, will you be there? And I said, I'll be there. One time to go to church, I got to tell you about this church first. This church was an old, dilapidated shed. The roof was caved in, probably 20, 30 square foot. The roof was caved in. The door was hanging on an angle with one hinge, and there's a cross nailed on the door. When I went up there, I asked my buddy, I said, you going up to a church with me? Yeah, I'll go with you. So we went to church, probably about 3 city blocks behind the front line. And when I walked up to this church, I was going to walk right in. There was a guard at the door, and he says, you can't worship God looking like that. I looked down at myself. I was carrying a Browning automatic rifle, 300 rounds of ammunition, 2 hand grenades, and a steel helmet. So we took off our gear and put it in a little pile, and I walked up the door, and the man says, you look much better now. He says, come in. We went through the communion service. As my turn to go up to communion, I asked my buddy, I said, you go up to communion with me? He looked me straight in the eye and he said, what's that? I went to communion and that little man walked out the door. Within a day or two, he went out of my life. I have absolutely no idea what happened to him.
How does it feel to still be here today?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, you know that was in the war with me? No, not very many. There's, as far as I know, the infantry division that I went to war with, there was probably, them that went to the reunion, was probably not very many, maybe 7, 8 or so. And I think as far as we know, there's only one left, and that man might not be there. The only thing I told, I was interviewed by a girl here a couple of years ago, longer than that, and the only thing I told her is, as far as the military is concerned, be a good soldier. And that's the only way I can tell you, is be a good soldier, or try to be a good soldier. Well, first of all, if you're a gold bricker, you know what that is. That's a guy that don't want to do any work and tries to get out of it, you know, and you'll probably get in trouble. And then you'll get more gold bricking. KP is kitchen police, you know, and then you got to peel the potatoes and wash the dishes and so on. I'll tell you this story about this German. He fought against the 90th Infantry Division, you understand, when we was over there. And almost every reunion had this German that fought against us came over here with us to our reunion. And he said that that's the only reason he come, because he admired this division so much, what good fighting men they were. I even talked to him. Talked to this German person. Yeah.
Now, how did that feel? Like, was it a good feeling?
Yeah, it was. It was a good feeling. Yeah.